Hi, I'm Patrick,
I'm Colleen.
and we watched Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. I'm so afraid we're going to be able to say
Separately,
that.
unfortunately, we didn't get to see it together. That would have been
No, no, no.
fun.
We'll have to explore that like watch party thing. Like I know that you've done it already, and it kind of overwhelms me. But I was noticing when I was looking to buy it or to rent it, I was noticing that watch party thing, and maybe
Oh
we can
yeah,
do it.
it would have been fun. I mean, it would have been fun in the living room of Edgewater to watch something like that together.
So,
What did
well,
you think?
what did I think? I didn't know what to think in the beginning. I got a little nervous, to be perfectly honest, because, well, it's generally a story of these two friends. One's a widow and one's husband has left her, and they both work at Jennifer Convertibles and lose their job and decide after seeing one of their, refreshed friends in a park that they're going to go to this Vista Del Mar resort that their friend is recommending. Um, and so they go to this resort and everything kind of kicks off. And I thought the refreshed friend, the mother from the Goldbergs, I thought it was funny that it was her that was running through the
I was
park.
trying to figure out who that was. There was
So
there was great cameos in it. Like not an extraordinary, crazy, like try to flash cameos in all over the place, but there was some really clever cameos in it.
I find with these, descendants of Saturday Night Live or these like really smart female comedians that they always have these weird cameos with these celebrities, and they can be like 2 minutes, and they don't care. It's just so funny. Like it makes you feel like how much they must all love each other that they say, "Oh, this weird mermaid. We're going to go find this person for it." But
Reba.
I'll throw the question back to you. But I loved the opening with Yo-Yo, the paper boy, and how he was delivering papers and he was singing that Barbara Streisand song, "Guilty."
I
That was super
know.
funny.
Waving
And
at horses.
it was amazing. So, and then I didn't know what was happening to me. So I don't know. I think right off the gate, I got nervous.
Well, the trailer for it, did you see the trailer for it before you saw?
I did not.
Okay, so the trailer for it, I was like thinking, oh, it's gonna have like a little creepiness or something. It kind of the trailer threw me off a little bit, so I was kind of too.
But
Um,
the only thing I'd really seen about it is the fact that like you immediately are bought in with, Kirstenwiig. Like I'll follow her anywhere. And then I didn't really know this Anniemumolo. But yeah, so I was
love her.
at that point where I was like, oh no, what's this gonna be? It seemed like it was falling down a rabbit, like kind of a Adam Sandler Chi rabbit hole somewhere. What
Well,
did you
there
think?
was a Kristen Wiig that I wasn't crazy about. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was a comedy. I think it was maybe her and Will Ferrell's like
Supposed to be funny Lifetime movie, or
I
was that
or
cheap?
not funny, like wasn't funny. I just don't think that funny people should try to be too serious. I hate to say that. Like, oh my God, is that like pigeonholing?
Yeah, no, I think she's really, really great. I mean, wasn't it you and I that saw the Skeleton Twins?
Yes.
So
And
she's great
she
in
was
that.
great. And there was drama in that, but it was still hilarious as
Yeah,
well.
I think I'm kind of with you. I think I have a hard time because she's so good at imitations and deadpan faces that when she's serious, I kind of go to that place, which it's almost like the person that loses a lot of weight, when somebody says your face looked better when it was heavier. Like it's the last thing that somebody like that wants to hear because it is more than that. And I do think the comedy is probably more difficult. But so we kind of like, what did you, or maybe we'll talk overall movie. Overall, what were your thoughts?
Overall, like, and then afterwards, I read the reviews. I never will do that beforehand anymore. I used to when we watch sneak previews, but I can't anymore. I have to like do it after because like they make me so angry sometimes. But I kind of like there were so many great reviews about like its silliness and its
Mhm.
gaudiness and all of that kind of stuff, and I liked I think that's how I felt. Like as soon as I was okay with it being like, woo, a musical comedy, like, it was going all over the place. As soon as I let myself just go with it, I loved it. I loved it all. I mean, I loved it like, I mean, the Midwestern, Fargo-esque.
Was that her accent? I was trying to figure out where their accent was coming from, like what that accent.
Yeah, they're like I don't think they were like South Dakota, but they were something like Midwestern, definitely.
Well, this is where my geography will be horrible, but it reminded me of people that I used to work with in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, Minnesota,
So
definitely.
I was getting all of those Minnesota people have that very sick, some of them can sound very sweet, and they can have the sharpest knife to come after you when you're not looking. So it was triggering kind of other Minnesota people that I've worked with in the past. But
yes, like the South Dakota and Minnesota would be very similar. They probably would be like, we're so different, but
I mean, because I don't know North and South Carolina, I can never tell the difference between them, or
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're definitely really close. But I loved that, and then there was a little bit of that. So it's immediately with the accents, and that wasn't a book club, but the little talking circle.
That talk club, I was obsessed with. Like, I almost feel like if you were looking to make a sequel to this, like one that was around the Top Club, because
oh my god, like some crazy murder mystery talk club thing, because I love all of them.
The woman from The Office said, I wanted to talk about horses. I was like, okay, now this movie is really getting me. I was kind of a little lost at sea at that point. And then at the end, when she leaves with like her horse saddle, kind of in a huff after they get kicked out of the club.
I know, after she takes her teacup. But I think they had me when she was at like, what did she say? I'm Star, short for Starborough. And I guess yours is that? And hers was like, and he said, are you Barb, short for Barbara? And she goes, no, just plain Barb. Yeah, that was in the Jennifer, when they were trying to buy the couch that they were sitting on.
Yeah, that was so strange. I didn't realize that there were employees there. I thought that was super, super cute. I loved their beds, like the really tacky beds with those headboards, those headboards. That
part reminded me, not the headboards necessarily, which were, I love that, and the whole culotte thing, all about the culottes, but that gave me Laverne and Shirley so much.
All right, so where was the place that Laverne and Shirley went to when their pool was a blow-up pool in the lobby, and they had the hurricane, and they were wearing the pillowcase?
Yeah.
And a goat.
Where was that?
It wasn't Ted Lasso's place, because that's when they have the diner. That's when they inherit the diner, and it's
that's
pickup.
Betty, please.
But it's something very.
Oh my gosh! But I think it was another relative of maybe Lenny and Squiggy's that hooked them up with it. I think.
Yeah, it was something. It's one of my all-time favorite episodes, right up there with the earthquake.
Oh my god! I got to watch that one again. Where were they?
So, because
very much like that,
all over the place. So it was there. I'm curious if there was a part 1 to 2. I mean, because we're very, very good friends, and we would go on a Chi-Chi trip like that, and we would have wacky things happen. But
oh my god,
was there one thing that reminded you of us? Because I have one.
Oh my god, there was a lot. Like, I thought of you through the whole thing. Hold on.
So for me, it was when they both discovered that their favorite name is Trish, and they're on the airplane, and they go the whole trip, and they're still talking about Trish's life story as they're going down the escalator into the airport.
Like, poor Trish, they had a whole life with cancer and all kinds of stuff, like, in it. I mean, yeah.
So that is the type of ridiculous conversation you and I could have and laugh all the way. I mean, I don't think we'd have it about our favorite name being Trish, but that reminded me a lot of you and I. Yeah,
the proverbial rabbit hole that we can get down and just talk.
But I also felt like the people around them that wanted to murder them. I've been those people on an airplane too, when you're stuck behind people having that ridiculous conversation.
I think that probably would have been us on our senior class trip bus. They probably wanted to murder us a couple of times.
So that reminded me of us for sure. I definitely loved that.
I love the guy. What's his name? The
Jamie. Jamiedornan, the 50 Shades of Grey guy.
Yeah, love
He
him.
was magic. There is something that is so appealing to me when somebody, not women, because I think all women are beautiful and all movie star women are typically beautiful anyway, but it's almost like that Brad Pitt thing. When you're that good looking and you suddenly show that you can actually act, I found that
I
such a turn
know.
on. I found him like so
Funny.
charming. It was one of those where like it's I like want to miss stuff because he was so great.
Like
So
when
great.
he was like dope, like when she really wanted to do, you know, when she was like, he finally had like a love and he was like, oh, like he got almost emotional.
I loved when she like couldn't talk at the door when she was also like humala 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 like she could.
That was exactly what it was. And I
Yeah.
love, is it Anniemumolo? I love her. Like I don't remember her like we were talking before so much. I mean, I do now. Like my head what did go back to like what she's done, a couple of different things, but and she's never been showcased like that.
No, and you know what? It was so like
Lovely.
I didn't like I loved their packing for the trip. I thought it was really funny that they were like packing like the tub mat and you know, we're gonna need this. I loved the play on these stores, all of the different stores at the resort like
Oh
Vista,
yeah,
whatever,
you
or
got
like
the necklace. Believe this or something.
yeah, but all of those puns and all that stuff was really, really great for me. And I loved his musical number a lot. I thought that was really cute because I don't know if you noticed it was a very heavy reference on the 80s, like the whole like the way it was shot with like the birds and like I know that the everything was ridiculous. But
Very
that
Jonathan
was
Livingston Seagull.
it was very, very much like that. So, you know, and the other thing, you know, I loved some of I was worried what it was going to mean for them as friends. Like, of course, you know, they have this wild night with 50 Shades of Grey, delicious guy. And, you know, I wasn't quite understanding because it seemed relatively innocent. I was like, wait, they all slept together? Like, I wasn't, like, I didn't almost believe it.
She did say, did we? And she's like,
Well, that
so many
stack that they
times.
woke up in, and
Ah,
Anniemumolo has the pillow on her, like the weird like, throw pillow, like resting on her back. Like, where did that pillow? How did that pillow get there?
I know, a toss up. It was beautiful though, because it was like you think about the Stella Get Your Groove bath, but the you know the shimmer, and they were both very glowy and chi and embarrassed, and
I didn't want them to be fighting over him, so I was very
right.
concerned that they would like you know be vowing for him. But when
They did it great. They
when
fixed that perfectly.
when Kirstenwiig and sneaks out of her room and she draws the face on the pillow and the turtle lie that the two of them spoke to each other that you
And
know
then the flashes of the turtles.
she went to a turtle home and the other one like played with a turtle in the bathtub. That was great.
I actually really did like the light on a night off. Like she's gonna be pissed. I'm just playing with the light. I love that. That was very stick on the floor, sticky fingers. There was a lot of very, very clever stuff for all of its stupidity. You're not going in for like mind
Well, once you
blowing.
buy it, my thing would be it's almost like when you tell people we've had this conversation about something like Schitt's Creek. At a certain point, if you fall in, there's no getting
Yeah.
out. So like I didn't even mind Morgan Friedman or whatever the crowd, like when he started talking, like all of that like ridiculousness, I didn't mind at all.
No, and I was like, damn, and I had to look it up. Like, was Morgan Freeman also a cameo? And it wasn't. It was Josh Robert Thompson.
And I
I
still
love.
don't understand, you know, like, so I loved, all right, so this is the other thing that made me think about you is there was so much in the beginning popcorn music, as you would say. So when they go to the pool and there was that weird dancey disco remix of Tomorrow, the song.
Oh my god,
I was like,
loved it
this is
so
so
much.
Colleen. And then when they get so blasted that it's this ramped up disco version of My Heart Will Go On, it was so popcorny music.
Like I was almost like wanted the soundtrack.
I immediately like wanted to scroll for it too. But actually those popcorn songs remind me of that bar class I take where she, you know, has weird, it's almost like, otherwise, you know, like the Miley Cyrus sounding person that sings the disco version of whatever. But I was so happy with how they kind of laid it out. I mean, so much of it is so cheechy, like when wanting to kill the world, Kirstenwiig is a little albino girl or sun, you know, girl that can't be in the sun, and then she flew out of that cannon and ended up on a Disney cruise ship. Love that. I thought it was very funny when she's flying through the sky. I was very mesmerized by that. That she lands at a Disney cruise ship and everybody laughs at her.
And it's always everybody's laughing at me, Cheech, too. Like it had that kind of that villain. I like the villain who's like, you know, been spurned more than like anything.
So, and I loved the Wayan brother that played the, you know,
damn.
If I had to say anything about it, I wished he was in it more. He was like, he did not like, I did like their fight scene where they're just kind of really doing that roll over. And I did like that he had the I'm in disguise, and it was that one of those weird shirts where it's
I know, and he walked away.
I did love all of that, but I wish he'd been in it more. And I kind of would have liked Yo-Yo at the resort. Like if Yo-Yo ended up at the resort somehow, that was probably, if I wrote the script, I would have had Yo-Yo in a submarine getting there much earlier.
Yeah, I think Yo-Yo could have been used more. I did like him, and I liked the, you know, he kind of, I don't know, it's like, Yo-Yo, where are your parents? I couldn't stop thinking of that. But I love the shimmer. I love that whole thing, that it was all like, and that he like noticed at the end, and they, you know, like the little shimmery thing.
Yeah, I what did you think of Trish?
Reba, let's. You just said it was Trish at the. What did I think of her?
No, if as Trish was coming in, I guess it's funny that Trish was Reba. But I don't know that I would have picked Reba for Trish, but I get what they were going for with Reba as Trish.
Yeah, Reba reminds me of a Trish, though. Like, definitely, I may have accidentally called Reba Trish.
Maybe. I mean, I guess I get it. She can take me down a dark road because she's always on. Like, I feel like she's always ringleadery. Like, you know, welcome to the show.
All right, if you could have recast, who would have been Trish?
Well, obviously, like you go for somebody like you easily, as soon as you see Reba, like you know that like Dolly Parton could have been like somebody like that. Like so that's in my mind. I get the space that they were going in. They were like trying to get that person that just probably eternally makes people happy. And I do think Barbandstar would have loved Reba. Like they probably had Reba cassettes in their house.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think what we should think about is it made me very nostalgic for those sort of female buddy comedies. You know, I think we should think about other kind of like those Outrageous Fortunes or like
oh my god
comedies like with strong female leads. It doesn't need to be two, but it made me really yearn for those kind of weird kind of those 80s 90s things. So I think our goal, if we haven't lost everybody already, is to maybe we should have watch some more of these.
Yeah, we definitely should. And I don't know if it's going to be that kind of movie, but they are doing the Cinderella. I don't know the name of it, but that Cinderella reimagining. And who doesn't love a Cinderella reimagining? I mean, with those two, it's going to have to be amazing. So I can't wait for that. I don't know when that's coming.
So I think we both loved it. I think that once we were in. I definitely think it's in that Sticky Fingers vein of comedy that you either get or you don't. You either think it's ridiculous or you understand. Oh, let's not forget Andy Garcia is Tommy Bahama. I would have seen more of him. Like I was like, okay.
I know. I kind of was hoping for something.
I wanted Barb to hook up with Tommy Bahama. So.
I wanted it so bad that she would. Like that would have made it absolutely perfect. Yeah. Yeah, the cameos and he was it was just perfect.
So
We did love
super
it.
fun. I think it was a great start for you and I think that it was the perfect opportunity for you and I to talk about a movie that is so closely aligned with weirdness and the things that we like in a movie, the cheeky things that nobody gets.
And then you can go random. That's the thing. Like they could do anything and it would be fine in that movie.
So on that note, I'm Patrick.
I'm Colleen.
And this was our bizarre review of Barbandstar Go to Vista Del Mar. I was practicing that. So.
I'm so glad you had to say it.
Have a good night.
Good night.